Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Edmondson Stadium for another edition of Vulcan Football. And it is time for the 13th annual Coal Bowl. Joining with me, as always, is John Safe, and this is he made the trip down from IUP, the one-time reunion, and Peyton Trollinger. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great. I mean, the heart's beating, the blood's pumping. I'm excited. I mean, what else can you want on a Saturday?
I'm going to have to agree with you, Sabe. I am very hyped up for this game. Even though I'm from the road school here, I'm happy to be on the call. I'm glad to be here. Very appreciative of CUTV for letting me hop on today.
All right, hey guys, let's take a look here at the tail of the tape. Safe, what do we got?
So on offense, both teams scoring well over 30 points a game. California averaging 37 points per game this season. IUP trailing just behind them, averaging 33.8. On the ground, however, IUP dominant so far on the year. 214 yards on the ground for IUP per game. California 166.2 in the air, 256 yards per game for the Crimson Hawks. California 240 total. IUP averaging 470 yards per game on offense. California just over 400 at 406. Then on defense, both teams phenomenal so far this year. California only giving up 17 points a game compared to IUP's 21. So good offenses, good defenses for both teams. I mean, it's going to be a great game.
And the pregame ceremony, we honor Coach Lockhart as he is going to be inducted to the College Football Hall of Fame later this year. IUP won the toss, elected to receive.
Yeah, IUP, big call for them. They're going to be starting with this offense. They're a very run-heavy offense for sure, but don't sleep on the passing game in Max Sexton. Sexton currently third in D2 for completion percentage in all of D2 with a .709%. In that running game, just like I talked about, Dezier Stewart being the highlight of that offense right there. First in the PSAC for rushing yard average per game and 14th in D2 for all-purpose yards per game. So do not sleep on this IUP offense.
So, everyone's set. Beatco, now lining up back for the Crimson Hawks will be Nazir Taylor and Carter back deep to return. And there's the kick, and the Coal Bowl is underway. Taylor will make the catch around the 10-yard line, bring it up, gets a lane, bounce to the outside, cross to the 30, and out to down on the 38-yard line of IUP. So with that, John, give us the starters for the Vulcans on defense here.
On defense, very familiar names, great names, especially in their big win last week over Clarion. You got Gerald Brown, Derek Corboy up front, and then that linebacking core of Gabe Miller, Noah Dillo, Matt Toby, and Josh Miller have been phenomenal. And in the secondary, Micah Tillman, Dominic Solomon Jr., Kayvon Mormon, Tyan Lobin have all been great so far this season. So, and they're gonna need to be great here today against the Crimson Hawks.
All right, and so we get a handoff off on a little jet sweep. And the Vulcans are going to sniff that one out quickly. And who else but Noah Hamlet and the safety stepping up there. Why don't we get a second here? Peyton, who are the starters for IUP on offense?
So what you got here, you got Daryl Davis at the left tackle, John Robinson at left guard, Colin Pietropola at center, Gerald Comedy at right guard from Washington, Pennsylvania, McLean Duha at right tackle, Max Sexton, the Pittsburgh State transfer, Hilton Ridley, Dwayne Brown, of course, you can't forget about him, Dezier Stewart, and Kayshaw Carter, of course.
Sexton's pass, first throw of the game, aim throw, and they're going to call it a catch, but hold everything as Ridley brings it in. But we got a flag on the play, so let's see what the call is here.
And waiting for this call, you've seen it already. Both teams they're playing with a lot more fire than they normally would.
So that's going to go against Ridley on offensive pass interference. We take a look at the play here. Here, Peyton, what do we got?
Well, you see Sexton dropping back in the pocket there. He sees Ridley open, Ridley just getting a little bit too handsy there. And that's one thing I definitely can attest. Crimson Hawks definitely have not been the best when it comes to discipline and just, they've given up a lot of penalty yards. We saw it last week against Slippery Rock and then the week before against Mercyhurst, the game I called. And that's one thing Coach Tortorella needs to drill into this offense. It's just to be more disciplined, especially in a huge game like this one.
Sexton in the gun, sends a man in motion, and comes back. Sets up in the wing, hand off up the middle. Oles going to break a couple tackle. Oles for a gain of about 6. That's going to be number 1 on DeJure Stewart on the carry, a gain of about 4.
And going back to the discipline, it's been a similar thing for the Vulcans so far this season. A couple of games have gone away from them on the penalty side of the ball. Kept a lot of teams in game, especially against Shepherd and Kutztown. Both games, California had a big lead, but penalty after penalty just kept both of those teams in the game. So that's something that they need to work on and need to maintain if they want to be able to win this game today.
Sexton in the gun and spread formation, and Vulcans show blitz. Sexton drops back, gets it off quickly. He finds it, and Stewart again. And he's going to run, and he gets the first down and then some. So let's see where they mark it, and it's going to be enough for the first down. So a gain of 19 and plus. Peyton, what do we got here?
Well, DeJure Stewart, I mentioned it earlier. He is a big target for this IUP offense, and Sexton's able to find him. And one thing about DeJure Stewart, folks, that you need to know, this man will not stop moving his legs no matter who is in front of him. He will always try to fight for that extra yardage, and that's why he actually leads the team in yardage, especially for rushing.
Sexton under center now. Lone back, man in motion. Twins near side now. Al hands it off to Stewart once again. He gets a lane, crosses the 50, knocked out about, it's right around on the 38 of the Vulcans.
And that third down play, that's something that the Vulcans cannot allow. This defense has been too good all season as we take a look at the replay here. But in those positions, in those type of situations, and third down, and especially very long as it was there, the Vulcans defense needs to find a way to get a stop, get off the field, and get that amazing offense on the field.
So another set of downs here for the Crimson Hawks. Sexton in the power eye now. All lone receivers on each side. Man in motion. Heads back to the far side again. Hand off up to Stewart again. And here comes the Vulcan. And they're going to wrap him up for a loss of a couple inches there.
That's one thing, this Cal U defense is very good here. They are 4th in the entire nation, only with 55.2 rushing yards against per game. And that up there, that's how you win games right there. Defense is key, and this Cal U defense definitely has earned its stripes.
And they played their fair share of good running backs, especially down in Shepherd. Ronnie Brown, arguably the best running back in Division II football right now, and they kept him under check pretty much the whole game.
Second and in long here. Here fakes the jet sweep. Beeps. Sexton's going to let it fly. High downfield. And it's brought in by the receiver. Or that's going to be Quashad Carter on the catch with the leaping grab. It's going to be first and goal now for IUP.
That offensive line really doing Sexton some favors right now as he's able to find Quashad Carter deep, making an incredible leaping catch. One thing with Carter, I've personally noticed he's been a little bit underused this season, but this game, IUP's really trying to bring him out and see what he's got going.
Benefit the Hawks there. So it's going to be first and goal now from the Vulcan 3. A man in motion. And defense calls an audible. Sexton drops back, lets it fly. Looking for a man in and out of his hands, and that's going to be in the receiver number 3. It was looking for Dwayne Brown on that one. John, what happened?
I mean, that's 2 times in a row that they're attacking Noah Hamlin. Last play with Carter, nice route, able to get behind Hamlin and able to make that diving catch this time, putting Dwayne Brown one-on-one, your best receiver, on Noah Hamlin. Brown had him beat, but that throw just a little bit too far ahead of Brown. Brown almost able to make the spectacular catch, but unable to pull it in.
Second and goal now all for IUP in the gun, and 2 tight ends, lone receiver on the far side. Sexton's going to pitch it out to the outside. All right, and he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield and knocked out of bounds by the Vulcan defense once again. And Kevon Mormon stepping up here.
And the Vulcans just able to sniff that one out. The option, and the Sexton chose to pitch it, and then Hamlin all over it, just knocks him out of bounds. Loss of about 4 on the play, brings up a 3rd and goal from the 5 now.
J.D. Younger's really an underrated talent for this IUP offense, but that time just not able to muster through on that that pitch right there, and great defense by the Vulcans. Big 3rd and goal coming up right now.
So under center now, all three tight ends, lone receiver on the near side. Hey, Sexton and fakes the handoff, off little pop pass up and over the head of his tight end, and incomplete. As he was looking for, Laney on that one.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I saw you motioning for the flag. Maybe he got a little bit touched on his route there, but Sexton passed a little bit too far ahead of Laney, and looks like IUP bringing out the field goal unit after a good drive, but the Vulcans defense able to pull up a good stop inside of their own 5-yard line.
Peyton, going back to last year, you and I saw all where the refs pretty much left the guys go, unless it was blatantly obvious.
Yeah, it was a very wild game last year, and I can already sense it this year.
And kick is up and good. And IUP's going to take an early 3-0 lead here with 10:05 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back here on CUTV, CUT Sports 1, and the PSAC Network and 91.9 FM, the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
Vulcan football is back this fall. September 1st versus Fairmont State. September 10th at Kutztown. September 17th at Shepherd. September 24th versus Edinburgh. October 1st at Clarion. October 8th versus IUP. October 15th at Seton Hill. October 22nd versus Slippery Rock. October 29th at Mercyhurst. November 5th versus Gannon. November 12th versus East Stroudsburg. All games live on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network.
And welcome back here after a good drive by the Crimson Hawks. They stall out all right before the goal line, takes a 3-0 lead with 10:05 left here in the first quarter. So, and draws it, and he will be back to kick it for IUP. He back deep for the Vulcans, your usual suspects, Noah Hamlin and Jaquay Jackson. And the kick is up and is deep. Hamlin will take it from his own 8-yard line, gets a lane, and jukes a couple defenders, breaks another tackle, gets another lane, he jukes another one, and he's out across the 40, down around on the 45. It's going to be close, but it's going to be a good field position for the Vulcans.
I mean, last week's special teams was a huge factor in the win over Clarion. 2 blocked punts in that game. As we take a look at the Vulcans' offensive starters, back there, QB1 Noah Mitchell, just having a phenomenal season so far, and his targets have been great. A running game led by Eric McCann, Malik McGriff, and Devontae Williams have been great so far, and the number 9 Jaquay Jackson has been lights out so far this season.
All right, Peyton, let's take a look at the defensive starters now for IUP real quick.
So, really solid and experienced defensive line for the Crimson Hawks, and we just see it right there. Very experienced here. Maurice Wiesel, Greg Moore the second, Ryuna Mitchell, and then Tyrone Fowler Jr. on the line. Drew Denuzio-Biss actually leading this team in tackles. Connor Kelly also at that middle linebacker position with Darius Bruce. Familiar face Nazir Taylor, the transfer out of California. Randy Washington, Jaheim Howard, and Kalen Frazier are going to round out the cornerback and safety positions for this IUP defense.
Mitchell in the gun, 2nd and 11 now. Drops back, looks for a man, finds McCann out in the flats. That's McCann goes up and over on the back body drop there for an extra yard, or gets about 4 on the play. Is Ford with the stop, John.
Nice catch by McCann, able to hold on, but this running back carousel so far this year for the Vulcans has been great. McCann, McGriff, and Williams all rotating in and out, getting good productive yardage, not only on the ground, but through the air as well. So I'm sure we'll see a lot of uses from all of them so far in this game.
So 3rd and 6 now for the Vulcans. Mitchell in the gun, trips near side, lone receiver. There's Jackson on the far, and there's the flag. And this one might be going against the Hawks.
Looks like there was a movement on the line from both teams.
So we'll wait on the official's call here.
Ball start. Offense. Number 79. Take second down.
Number 79 for Noel Browse. the guilty party here for the Vulcans, just jumping the gun a little too early there.
Yeah, that's been Brouse's issue this season. And as we have 8:35 to go here in the first quarter, it's going to back the Vulcans up to 3rd and 11 now. Mitchell in the gun and trips formation and near side. Drops back, looks for a man and lets it fly downfield. Finds Jaquay Jackson on the near side and with the toe tap and kept it in bounds. Holds for the Vulcan, first down.
I mean, that's why he's the leading receiver all year. 42, coming in this game, 42 receptions for 612 yards. As we take a look at the replay, Mitchell had so much time in the pocket, just threw that one up. Jaquay Jackson out there, able to fend off the defender, trying to push him out, able to keep his toes inside the field, and able to pull down that catch and get a big first down for the Vulcans.
So 1st and 10 now from the IUP 40-yard line. 7:45 to go here in the first quarter. IUP leads it 3-0. Mitchell in the gun, drops back, looking for a man, and he's going to step up, and he's going to run it himself. If he gets a couple yards before he's wrapped up by a herd of Hawks.
And IUP doing a really good job at covering those receivers there. You know, an even better play. We're talking about that last play, a great toe tapper there by Jaquay Jackson. He's just turned into a great offensive weapon for this Cal U offense, and IUP doing a good job trying to cover those receivers a little bit better and forcing Mitchell to run.
Trips on the far side, lone tight end and running back to Mitchell's right. Just under 7 minutes here in the first quarter. Mitchell hands it off to McCann. He gets a lane, and he's going to run up the middle. For a couple. It's going to be close for a first down. And they're going to give him the first. So that'll be another first down for the Vulcans. John.
As we take a look at the replay, McCann able to find a hole, and that's been an unsung part of this team. This offensive line has been great so far, not only in the passing game but the rushing game as well, creating the spaces for these running backs to exploit. And that time, McCann able to find the hole, able to burst on through, and able to pick up enough for the first down.
1st and 10 now from the IUP 30. Mitchell trips far side, lone tight end on the near. Here with one running back to his right. Drops back, looking for a man, and it's going to fight his tight end and across the middle of the field, and he's going to get brought down inside the 20. And that's going to be number 84. Or as Junior McConaughey with getting the start here at tight end.
Yeah, great route by McConaughey as we take a look at the replay. Able to slip past the defenders into that pocket. Mitchell doing a great job of keeping composed, able to find them and able to pick up a nice chunk of yardage and push this Vulcan offense inside of the red zone.
Twins on the far side. Jackson, the lone receiver, with McConaughey on the near. In the pistol, Oll's going to audible to the gun now. And there's a flat. Let's see what the call is. That's going to go again and bash him.
From the 19.
So it'll be 1st and 15 from the IUP 19-yard line.
Crimson Hawks really going to have to try to hold the fort down here. They weren't able to get a touchdown on their first offensive possession. Had to settle for a field goal. The Vulcans definitely threatening, though.
Mitchell in the gun, drops back, looking for a man, pump fakes, and he's going to get wrapped up by the IUP defense.
Mitchell is taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
It's number 92 on the sack there, Ryua Mitchell.
With the tackle.
Mitchell on Mitchell crime.
Yeah.
5 minutes left to go here in the first, so it's going to be second down and 20.
21.
Second and 21, excuse me. As we take under 5 minutes to go, Vulcan's looking for pay dirt here. Mitchell trips on the far side. Jackson, the lone receiver on the near, in the pistol. Gonna audible to the gun now. Now takes a snap. Hands it off to McCann. McCann's got a lane to run, and he's going to be tripped up, but he's brought down back by the original line of scrimmage. That's going to be a third down and about 10. And John.
As we take a look at the replay, great play call from the Vulcans, and those receivers, they sold it the whole way, looking out like they were running those routes. Mitchell doing a great job of just at faking it as well. McCann doing able to get that run, able to pick up a nice chunky yardage and bring it up a 3rd and closer now for the Vulcans.
McConaughey back into the game for the Vulcans now. Twins on the far side with Langley and Tarrant, and McConaughey and Jackson on the near. McCann and running back to the right aid of Mitchell. Mitchell drops back, steps up in the pocket, and he's going to run to the near side. Lets it fly in and out of the hands of McCann, and there's a flag.
And this is what we were talking about earlier. You got these extracurriculars going on after the play. Both teams, a heated rivalry, both teams yelling at each other, waiting to see who it's going to be on, but it looks like this Vulcan offense still going to stay out there, so I think they're going to get IUP on this one.
So we're waiting on the call. Coach Dunn telling on everybody to get back.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense,
And
that's going to give the Vulcans a new set of sticks now with 3:46.
And that one's going to go against the former Vulcan, Nazir Taylor, just throwing in a couple words to his former teammates after the play there. It looks like both him and McCann were saying some words to each other, but that time going to catch Nazir. But I'm sure that's not going to be the last that we hear about it, or the last time we see one of those penalties this game.
I doubt that as well. Also, 1st and 10 now. First and goal from the 7-yard line now. They're telling the chain gang to set the sticks down. We don't need those right now. Man in motion, and it's Tarrant. Mitchell rolls to the far side, finds Cam Tarrant in the flat. That's Taylor is going to get it ripped out of bounds right at the 1. So it's going to be 2nd and goal. As Howard makes a stop there. John, what happened here on this one?
As we take a look, great play call. Tarrant able to just get some space in the flat. Mitchell able to find him, but nice tackle by IUP, able to bring him out of bounds just shy of the goal line, and the Vulcans in perfect position to take the lead here in this game.
Vulcans knocking on the door, or say hurry to the line in power I. Mitchell takes the snap, hands off to McCann, and McCann's going to rush forward, and he's going to be stopped off right about the 6-inch marker of IUP territory with 3 minutes to go.
Well, that was a key stop for this IUP defense. If they can force the Vulcans just to simply kick a field goal here, that would be huge. They might not have liked the call that the official made on the unsportsmanlike, but that's just how the game goes, and you gotta work with what you get. And IUP trying to get themselves from out of this spot right here.
2nd and goal now. Mitchell in the gun, 2 tight ends and 2 receivers, McCann and the running back. Mitchell's going to roll near side, and he lets it fly. McConaughey in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. All the Vulcans have taken the lead.
Noah Mitchell's just a wizard, man, I swear. As we can take a look at the replay here in a second, but the play wasn't even intended for McConaughey at all. Mitchell rolling to his left, under pressure, rolls all the way back across the field to his right, finds McConaughey wide open in the back of the end zone for the Vulcan touchdown. So California able to take a bigger lead now in this game.
6-3 to score. Anthony Bico on for the kick, and Cam Tarrant the holder. Snap is down, kick is up, and hits the tower in the behind and the uprights for the extra point. Only 7-3 your score with 2:25 to go. We'll be back here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM, the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
Another season of volleyball action is here, and CUTV has you covered. From the season opening Vulcan Invitational to an entire slate of PSAC West action, you won't miss one exciting dig, pass, or kill. All games will be live on PSAC Network, as well as CUTV Sports 1 on YouTube. For all things Vulcan athletics, Check out CalVulcans.com for schedules, stats, and more. With CalVulcans.com and CUTV, you'll have the best seat in the house.
And welcome back here. Here the Vulcans have reclaimed the lead. Each 7-3 your score, or after the McConaughey touchdown. Biko kicks it away. And Nazir Taylor will take it from the 9-yard line. He gets a lane, cups over the 20. He crosses the 30, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds right around the 33-yard line. Excuse me, that was Quade Carter on the carry. Looking back at the touchdown, John.
Like I said, I mean, it wasn't intended for McConaughey Mitchell rolling to his right, but IUP able to bring the pressure. Mitchell out rolling all the way back across the field, and like we talked about in between on the commercial break, McConaughey just left wide open in the back of the end zone. Exactly what the Vulcans needed to do in this game. Needs to be able to get a lead early and able to rely on this defense to get stops.
So 1st and 10 now from the IUP E31, and Stewart Exton hands it off to Carter, who's going to break it free, gets it into the secondary, and is going to be thrown out of bounds right around on his own 48-yard line.
And this is what I was talking about earlier in the broadcast. Dejair Stewart will not stop moving those legs. And, you know, he probably should have been down a little bit before that, but he kept the legs moving, and he was able to push himself to get the IUP first down. Great start to this drive for the Crimson Hawks.
1st and 10 now from their own 48-yard line. Twins near side, 2 tight ends on the far. Sexton in the gun. Quick pass in and out the hands, out of the hands of Dwayne Brown. But he might have heard the footsteps of that secondary of the Vulcans coming in, and
yeah, he might have heard the footsteps, or he might have heard the loud screaming from the Vulcans sideline, calling that play out from all the way before they even came out of the huddle. And like I said, I think Brown just tried to turn up the field too quickly, just took his eyes off the ball and just wasn't able to pull that one in.
2nd and 10 now from the 48, minute 42 to go. 7-3 Vulcans. Sexton in the gun, Twins near side. Fakes the handoff. Here comes the rush. Makes the one-handed catch. That's going to be number 6. It's Hilton Riley on this catch there. And it'll be enough for a first down.
Hilton Ridley, just a very dangerous weapon for this IUP offense. You know, Sexton's able to get just enough time in that pocket, and a highlight reel catch there by Calvin Ridley, Hilton Ridley. It might as well have been, because that's the kind of catch he made. Like,
there's no betting on this game today.
No. I promise I don't have any money on this game.
Sexton going to go under center here. Twins on the far side, man in motion. Hand off to Stewart. It's going to fake it. It hit as he throws downfield. Hold. And we're waiting on the call here.
There is no way he caught that.
And they're going to talk this one over, or as both sides are saying different things. So hold your horses. Let's take a look at the replay here. And they're going to say it's incomplete.
I thought he caught that as we take a look at the replay. Great skill by trying to pull it in, but it looks like he may have not been able to maintain full possession as he was coming down. Big break for the Vulcans, because if that went down as a catch, it'd be first down and 10, well inside the 20-yard line.
So we look at this one again, and that was a well-contested ball. Oh, that was a jump ball on basketball.
And that pass intended for Carter, and we already know he's got a lot of experience, and he's known for making those highlight reel plays.
2 tight ends at the line. Twin receivers near side. Lone running back is Stewart, and he's going to take the hand off. Turns upfield. Gets stopped right around on the Vulcan 29-yard line.
Down by Dillo and Hamlin.
As Noah Dillo comes up with the tackle.
Looks like they'll mark him down just short of that first down marker. But another great run by Stewart, and like you talked about earlier, Peyton, this offensive line for IUP has been great so far. I mean, you can't average almost 500 yards on offense a game without having without having a good offensive line. And so far this game, they've been great, giving Stewart the lanes that he needs to run, and I mean, he's doing the rest.
Trips on the far side, lone receiver near. Here, man in motion now. All Twins on both sides to Sexton. And here comes the rush. He's going to let it fly. Caught in and out of his hands. Noah Hamlin. That's going to be 4th and short now.
That'll bring up a 4th down and 1.
Really good coverage there by California. Dwayne Brown was, he was open. He's a great route runner, great receiver for this IUP offense. I'm sure IUP was looking for some type of flag there, but of course the officials get paid more than we do and they do. So they're the ones that get to make the calls.
10 seconds left to go here as the IUP goes with the empty set, going for it here on 4th and short. Sexton drops back, quick little pass, in and out the hands of the receiver. Either as he was looking for, or as he was looking for Cole Lanley on that one. It'll turn it over on Downs with 6 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, huge stop for the Vulcans. Was wondering if they were going to go for it. I mean, it was the right play by Sexton, a little bit too high. I mean, Matt Toby rushing off the edge, just kind of threw Sexton off, threw that one a little bit too high, and just wasn't able to pull it in. So huge stop for the Vulcans on 4th and 1, and now they'll be able to take over possession from their own 28-yard line.
So the Vulcans will start now 1st and 10, and at the 28. Mitchell in the pistol, twin receivers on the far side, fakes the handoff, rolls to the far side. And one-handed grab, interception by IUP, but they're going to say he stepped out of bounds as Darius Bruce comes down with that pick. Holy smokes. I need to see that one again.
What a turn of events right there. We saw Mitchell faking the handoff, rolling to his left there, and Darius Bruce making an incredible one-handed interception, and that is how you get momentum back on your side.
So, that's going to do it for the first quarter. CalU leads it 7-3 here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM, the Vulcan Sports Radio Network. Welcome back here, folks. Take a look now at the PSAC West standings real quick. John, what do we got?
For the PSAC West standings, IUP, Gannon, and CalU all sitting at 2-0 in the conference. IUP up top at 4-0. Falling behind them, Slippery Rock and Edinburgh both at 1-1. Mercier's, Clarion, and Seton Hill all three looking for their first win in the conference this season.
So, while we had a moment here, I forgot during that last commercial break that we were going to be talking about Coach Lockhart being inducted to the Hall of Fame, the College Football Hall of Fame this December. So it was a ceremony for him before the game started, but let's get back underway. Sexton under her center, or twin receivers on the far side, 2 tight ends at the line. Handed off to Stewart, and he's going to get upended right there for a gain of about 2.
I just want to talk about it again. Huge congratulations to Coach Lockhart on an incredible career here at CalU, and I mean, not many coaches make it into the entire College Football Hall of Fame, and what a huge honor for him. So a huge congratulations to Coach Lockhart.
So IUP is going to come out here. 2 receivers on the near side, 2 tight ends back at the line. 2nd and 8. Sexton in the gun. Doesn't like what he sees, going to change it up. And somebody moved at the line. That's going to be Duhon on that one. And it'll now be second down and 14 for the Crimson Hawks.
And coming into this game as well, IUP ranked 18th in the country in Division II football. So if Cal U is able to get the win today, it would be a huge blow and a huge gain for the Vulcans.
Second and 14. Sexton drops back and he's on the run and he's going to let it fly downfield and out of bounds as the Miller brothers were closing in on it, and along with Matt Toby.
It's third down.
A huge shout out this week to Josh Miller, the PSAC West Special Teams Athlete of the Week, able to return that blocked punt last week against Clarion for a touchdown, and that time was in on the defensive end, almost able to get to Sexton in the backfield. Brings up a huge third and long now for the Crimson Hawks.
So third and 14 now from the Vulcan in 38-yard line. Excuse me, from the 37. Sexton is going to empty the backfield. Old Twins on the far, trips near side. He's going to send a man in motion, and Matt Toby coming quickly, and it's intercepted by the Vulcans. Micah Tillman with the pick.
Maybe we could take a look at the replay. I'm not really sure. I think it might have been a busted play. I'm not sure what Sexton was looking for here. Dropping back, looking to his left, had a man on the outside coming towards him and just threw that one straight into the arms of Tillman. I mean, both teams trading interceptions now. California getting a big stop and coming back out here on offense.
Something we don't talk about, Alton, I'm sure Peyton, you could attest to this. Both of these quarterbacks don't throw that many interceptions.
Yeah, Sexton and Mitchell both very respected in their position. Sexton, starts off games a little bit rough. We see it right there with a badly timed interception there. He started the Mercyhurst game with a couple interceptions, but he was able to come back later into the game and try to redeem himself, and that's what he's going to have to do here.
Griff on the carry there, lost of two of the play. So it'll be a second down and 12 from the Vulcan 20. Mitchell is going to be in the gun here with two receivers on the far side. And McConaughey and Jackson on the near. McGriff, the running back to his left. There's a snap, fakes the handoff to McGriff, firing downfield. Finds Langley. Langley's going to turn upfield. That's Daughtry. Correction again, it's Eric Willis the third on the reception, his first catch of the day. As we see, there's a shaking up Crimson Hawk. John, let's talk about the play here.
As we take a look at that replay, Willis doing a great job at finding some space, gets the ball, makes a nice turn, and cut up the field. And looks like with the forward progress, it will be enough for the first down. So good first catch of the game for Eric Willis. Like you said, there is an injured Crimson Hawk on the far side, so it looks like both teams will come over, take a timeout, and talk things over.
And that's going to be number 38 of IUP.
I believe it looks like a 32, and I think that might be Connor Kelly. And if that's the case, that's a pretty big loss there for the Crimson Hawk defense. He's a great middle linebacker for this defense, and if he goes down, hopefully he comes back into this game, and we'll get to see him again.
We never want to see anybody get injured in these games, especially in a classic rivalry game like this.
Yeah, it looks like he's walking on that far side of the field, so hopefully everything's all right.
First and 10, Mitchell fakes the handoff to McGriff again and steps up, finds McGriff on the flats. And it's McGriff makes a move, beats one defender, gets stopped by another. It's going to be second down and about 6.
Yeah, not something, there is a flag on the play, though.
Again,
that'll get against Bruce.
Something we're seeing a lot more today than we've seen in previous weeks is Mitchell moving around in the pocket a lot more. A lot of these the design plays where he's rolling out to his left, to his right, not something that we've seen so far this season. And I mean, you got to pull out all the stops if you want to beat a team like the Crimson Hawks.
And that's going to back the Vulcans up very, very far. Now around looks like the 22-yard line in their own territory.
First and 10 now. or 1st and 20 as McGriff takes the ball all for a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 21 to go.
Beazle on the stop.
And those are the kinds of plays that hurt you. That holding penalty on 1st down after getting positive yardage on the play and just backing you all the way back. It hampers your momentum going forward. And right there, McGriff just unable to get anything going. Great push by the Crimson Hawk defensive line, able to get into the backfield and stop him for a loss.
11:39 to go here in the first half. Mitchell with 2 backs, 1 to each side. Need twins on the near side. Mitchell's going to let it fly and finds Jackson as he breaks free. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage, breaks it, hit the field, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds right around the 35-yard line.
I mean, that was Willis again on the catch. I mean, very similar to what we see from Jackson, those quick out routes and just letting the receiver work as we take a look at the replay. Able to break 1 tackle and so quick on his feet is Willis, and just gets pushed out of bounds after a good game and brings up a 3rd and manageable now for the Vulcans.
So 3rd down and 7 now after the Willis reception. Mitchell trips near side, is going to drop back, fakes the throw, finds Willis again, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down.
Willis's pass is complete.
That's going to be down. He's going to be down around the
That'll be good for the ball
41.
game. 1st down.
As we look back on this one,
I mean, yet again, Willis just able to find the space on these routes. Great route runner is Eric Willis, and I mean, you can't let Jaquay Jackson wide open, so you have to give him more. You have to give him more attention. So that leaves other receivers on the team like Willis able to get more one-on-one matchups, and that time he was able to work it beautifully.
1st and 10 now, hands off to McGriff again, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
This IUP defense, you know, they've proven that they can stop this rushing attack, but they have to tighten up when it comes to the air attack. They know Noah Mitchell is a great passer, and I mean, this year breaking the school record for all-time passing yards. Is that correct? And you know, it's a very pass-heavy offense that Cal has, so they got to do a better job at tightening up.
2nd and 10 now for the Vulcans from their own 43-yard line. Twin receivers on both sides. Drops back. Pump fakes, rolls out of the pocket now. Oh, Mitchell's going to run. And he can make some plays happen, and he's going to step out of bounds after he gets a gain of about 5.
It's out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
So we take a look at the replay there. Mitchell with the pump fake, just under a little bit of pressure. Great coverage by the IUP secondary, and then forces Mitchell to roll out of the pocket, trying to find something. Is able to get past the original line of scrimmage and get it about 2 or 3 yards on the carry. So brings up a 3rd and 8 now for the Vulcans.
So 3rd and long for the Vulcan. Ends with 9 minutes to go. Mitchell drops back, rolls out, finds McGriff. McGriff gets upended, but gets positive yards, but he's going to be stopped by the former Vulcan, Nazir Taylor.
Almost sliding to make that tackle, just tripping him up there on your feet. And football's a game of who can get lower. That's who's going to win. And Taylor getting all the way low, tripping him up and stopping this Vulcan offense.
So that'll be a 4th down for the Vulcans here. This will be the first time we see Rosensteel on the kick for California. Back deep to return will be Dwayne Brown. And Rosensteel's punt way up there. They're going to call for a fair catch. And he'll be downed right now at the 23-yard line of IUP.
And Rosensteel last week had a bit of a not a great punt. Had only like a 3-yard punt in one of the punts last game. As we take a look at the PSAC's schedule this week, I mean, this is the biggest game of the weekend. I mean, IUP Cal, as we take a look at some other games across the way. Gannon taking on Edinburgh in a big game in that one. Gannon still undefeated so far this season, looking to maintain that perfect record in the PSAC West.
And we also saw all Edinburgh picking up a win last week against Mercyhurst. And hands it off to Stewart. Stewart spins around before he's brought down right around the 30.
One thing about Dejair Stewart that I found interesting when I was doing my research here, he's only one of 15 IUP running backs to rush for over 200 plus yards a game. And that right there, that's an insane accomplishment in school history, and just once again alluding to just him just never quitting, never stopping.
Power I formation for the Hawks here. Hands off to Stewart again, and he's going to get stopped in the backfield. Oh, Noah Dillo and Gerald Brown on the stop. Derek Coraboy coming in on that one.
Yeah, Coraboy did a great job at breaking through the line as we take a look at that replay here. Once that power I run to the right, and Coraboy able to break off the block and just meet Stewart in the backfield. But even then, Stewart fights off Coraboy, but has to get brought down by 2 or 3 Vulcan defenders before finally coming down and brings up a 3rd and 6 now for the Crimson Hawks.
Look for Sexton to air this one out here.
Sexton drops back, then let it fly downfield, finds a man, and it's caught, breaks the fence, and crosses the 50 before he's brought down by a herd of Vulcans as Riley, he comes up down with that one, or excuse me, Ridley on that one. Peyton.
Oh, you just see this beautiful catch by Hilton Ridley there, able to spin off the defender, still maintaining his footing in bounds and fighting for a couple extra yards, now in California territory around about the 47-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the Vulcan in 47, as we see the lights starting to come on here at Adamson Stadium. Sexton sends a man in motion and hand off to Carter this time. As he bounces to the outside, it's upfield, and it's going to get into Vulcan territory. As J.D. Younger was the ball carrier on that one, excuse me, for the mix-up.
And, you know, Sexton making a great read here, just giving that ball to Younger. As I said earlier, pretty underrated running back for IUP. And he's also a back that will not quit as well as Stewart. And Younger able to pick up the first down and a lot more.
1st and 10 now from the Vulcan in 31. Sexton ends Ridley in motion, pitches it to the running back, and he's going to be stopped right behind the line. And as Younger is brought down right around on the line of scrimmage.
Younger that time just delayed a little bit too much on the pitch, and just he got the pitch from Sexton and kind of just stood still for a second waiting for the blocks to form, but the blocks never formed. The Vulcans able to get past their defenders and swarm into the backfield. Younger able to get to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play.
2nd down and 10 in here for the Hawks. Hand off again, and Stewart, no play fake, and it's going to get on the screen pass. He's going to get knocked down, holding behind the line.
Great coverage from the Vulcans. We take a look at that replay there, trying to find Carter on this little bubble screen, but the Vulcans able to sniff it out from a mile away, and able to get back there and tackle him before he's able to make his way up the field. Loses about 2 yards on the play, so another 3rd down and long for IUP.
Ism with the stop there for the Vulcan, and so that'll be a 3rd down and a mile to go here for the Crimson Hawks. Trips on the far side. Lone receiver Ridley on the near. Sexton lets it fly, finds a man, but we're gonna get a flag down as they get the 1st down and then some. But let's see what's going on here.
They threw this one in the backfield. Looks like it came after the completion, so again, some extracurricular activities against both teams.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense, number 42. After gives it to the goal. Automatic first down.
And
So
then
that's
get Josh Miller on that one.
So Miller, the PSAC Special Teams Player of the Week last week. So we look at this one, and we see IUP fighting down on inside the 20. So it'll be 1st and goal net from the Vulcan in 10-yard line.
Now, if you're the Crimson Hawks, there's no negotiating. You have to get this into the end zone. You cannot settle for a field goal here. You get that touchdown, you get a lead over Cal, and that would be huge.
Sexton with 2 tight ends, hands it off to Stewart. And the ball comes out as ball comes out, and there's a flag on the play. And the Vulcans recover the fumble.
Now just waiting to see what the flag is, but I mean, Sexton looked like he tripped on his way back to hand it off.
So the Vulcans dodge a bullet here, Safe. What happened?
I mean, like I said, looks like Sexton just tripped on the handoff. I don't think Stewart ever was fully able or fully in control of the ball whenever he received the handoff, and I think it looks like he just dropped it. Doesn't look like he got hit very big on that one, and the Vulcans catch a break once again, stopping this IUP offense dead in its tracks and able to get the offense back out there. 4:13 left here in the first half.
So it'll be first and 10, and as the Vulcans hand it off up the middle for some positive yardage, as McCann gets a gain of about 2. So that'll be a 2nd down and 8.
And if the Vulcans are able to find some points on this possession, it would be huge. They will receive the ball to start the second half, so if they are able to find anything on this drive, be nice momentum going into halftime and getting the ball back to start the second half. I mean, it could really swing the game.
2nd down on and about 8 to go. Mitchell drops back, fires, is looking for his receiver as he was trying to find Langley, and the Vulcans asking for a flag, nothing called. Old Peyton, what happened here?
Well, you see Mitchell's just in the pocket. He makes a good read, and it's a good look there. But on the stop there, on the break, it was Montel Sims, player we don't really say a whole lot on the IUP broadcast, but making a great play there and forcing a big 3rd down.
3rd and 8 now, with 3:33 to go here. Mitchell drops back, finds Jackson on the near side, and steps out of bounds, and it's going to be a 1st down for the Vulcans.
Jaquay Jackson can run any route in the book and then some. I mean, this great route on this outside looked like he was going on that fade all the way until the end, just cuts back on that deep out and just able to make the catch, able to pick up some nice positive yardage, and able to not only get the 1st down but get way more.
So 1st and 10 now, all from the Vulcan in 29. Mitchell drops back, a little pop pass as he finds McGriff. And they're going to call all timeout for an injury. That's going to be number 38 of the Vulcans, as Gage Rogues.
Early on the field is an incomplete pass.
Raj able to get able to work his way out of the backfield, and Mitchell just trying to find him in the flat, but IUP covering very well and just came down on the back of him. So hopefully Raj is okay, but both teams going back in this huddle. 2:59 left to play here in the first half. California with the lead, and I mean, low-scoring game, but at the same time, these two defenses have been great so far.
Yeah, so talking things over here in the huddle, as we look back at the scoring plays here, first the opening score for IUP as they got the opening score at the field goal, and then Mitchell rolling out all on the far side and stop, turn back to the near and lets it fly for the score. And then here we see all on this Mitchell looking for a man, fires downfield, old in the one-handed grab from IUP, and the Vulcans would answer shortly after driving downfield as Sexton lets it fly with pressure coming, and Mormon and just brings it in. And then right here on the last drive for IUP is Sexton gets tripped up. The ball popped out, and the Vulcans recover. But while we're talking things over here, here, guys, as we see Rose gets up here. John, what do the Vulcans need to do here on this drop? I have to keep the momentum going as we're one tick under 3 minutes.
I mean, a touchdown isn't necessary. It would be nice, but I feel like any points on this drive would be huge going into halftime. If you're able to get your team up by at least one score, make it a 7-point game with at least a field goal, it would be huge for this Vulcan offense because, like I said, they do get the ball back to start the second half. So if they're able to get some points here and able to start off the next possession or their possession in the second half very well, I mean, it could very well swing the game into the Vulcans' favor.
So the Vulcans will come out here, spread formation, and Mitchell in the gun. Okay, they're running back, quick pass to Jackson and caught for a couple of yards. Or excuse me, that was Cam Tarrant. Gain of about 3.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 12. Correction, 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8 now that Cal U's facing. That stop made by Nazir Taylor, forcing Tarrant out of bounds. Quick little 2-yard pickup, nothing too crazy about it. Vulcans just trying to get that first down and keep this drive going.
Mitchell in the gun, and same formation, and 4 receivers. There's steps up in the pocket, and Mitchell rolls out and trying to avoid the sack, and he's dropped back down all around his own 20-yard line. And as Terrell Williams, the native of Cannonsburg, with the stop here.
And the IUP defense, very experienced there, just breaks past that offensive line. Mitchell's just staying in that pocket too long, and Williams able to get the hand on him to bring Mitchell down. That's going to bring up a 4th and very long for the Vulcans now.
I thought Mitchell was almost about to break out of it, but
it looked like it.
It looks like that IUP will take their first timeout and stop the clock with 2:06 left to play. So, I mean, they'll get the ball back with 2 timeouts. I mean, plenty of time for the Crimson Hawks to drive down and potentially take a lead at the end of this first half.
This will be the second time we've called Rosensteel's name today. And his last punt, and he kicked it off, went for 29 yards. Was fair caught. So let's see if he can pin in that Crimson Hawk offense way back downfield. Back deep to return. And for the Hawks will be Dwayne Brown.
Now this drive right here, it's definitely crucial IUP gets some points here to get some kind of momentum to go into the half.
Rosensteel's kick is away, and it's a high booming kick. And it'll be spotted right around the IUP 37. And so with 1:59 to go, in 2 timeouts, the Hawks will start their drive.
Nice punt by Rosensteel. I mean, last week against Clarion, not the greatest weather conditions. Very windy, very cold, very rainy. This time, it's still cold. Not as much wind. No rain, though, which is the big thing.
I was going to say, very breezy today here at Adamson, and with cloud cover.
Perfect football weather.
Exactly. The perfect weather for a football game.
Maybe not for us, but for the players playing.
Sexton on the pitch out to Stewart. He's going to bounce outside, looking to turn up field, gets knocked out of bounds for a gain of 1. With a 1:52 as Noah Hamlin stepped up on that one.
2nd down and 10.
Stewart was really trying to look to cut up field there, but a great stop by the Vulcans. I wasn't sure who actually got the touch on him, but great job by that defense to prevent Stewart from getting any positive yards, no gain.
Sexton and steps up into the gun again. Trips bunch near side, sends a man in motion. Hand off to Stewart again, and he's going to run it up the middle for a gain of about 6.
Like you said, Stewart is just so fun to watch. I mean, just runs super hard, super fast, and I mean he's also incredibly smart, has great vision, And there, I mean, he runs into a wall of Vulcan defenders and then just pushes them forward to get a good game on that one.
And there's some heavy boys up there too. You know, that's nothing to joke around about.
3rd and 5 now from the Crimson Hawk 43. Sexton takes the snap, drops back, lets it fly, almost picked off again, and by Kevon Mormon. And is that one in and out of the hands of the receiver, or Carter, or it's going to be 4th and 5. The Vulcans are going to get the football back with 1:12.
I mean, I don't think Tillman was ready for that one to come his way. It went through the hands of Carter, like you said. Tillman expected that one to be caught and was looking to make the tackle, but I mean, if he just looked up a little bit more, that ball was coming straight at him. It could have got a second pick.
So back deep now, as Gracie comes back to kick it for the Crimson Hawks. Tarrant, the receiver for the Vulcans. And IUP almost getting that kick blocked. Tarrant trying to make a play, shakes a couple defenders and gets up to about the 20-yard line. And with 1:02 left.
I mean, 1:02 left. Vulcans still all 3 timeouts. Plenty of time. I mean, and they also do stop the clock after the first down to move the chains. So the Vulcans still with plenty of time to work with. And like I said before, if they are able to get points on this drive, would be huge. Going up at least 1 score into halftime, getting the ball back to start the second half. I mean, like I said earlier, it could really turn the tides in this game.
And once again, the Vulcans almost blocking a punt there. We talked about it. They did it twice last week against Clarion, and they get that close once again. Mitchell, old trips formation in the pistol, hands it off to McCann. He's going to bounce to the outside. Inside, and for a gain of about 3. As the minute ticks away, down to 50 seconds. Looks like the Vulcans are just going to run the clock out here. Here go the locker room with the lead as we get hit down to 43 seconds.
It's probably the smarter play here. You know, Coach Dunn just doesn't want to do anything too risky here and try to prevent an IUP score before we go into the half.
30 seconds now. Mitchell Old takes the hand off to McCann. He's going to get stopped in the backfield again, but the play was blown dead before the ball came out. As the clock will continue to run here. It'll be 3rd and about 11, and Peyton.
The ball did pop out there, but the official just calling it dead there, and now 4 seconds, 3, and that's going to be about the half here, Johnny.
And that's going to do it here for the first half. The Vulcans leading here in the 13th annual Coal Bowl, 7-3. We'll be back here with the halftime stats later here on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM, the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
You're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
And welcome back here to Edmondson Stadium, where the Vulcans lead the Crimson Hawks in the 13th annual Coal Bowl 7-3. While we got a moment here, John, let's take a look at the halftime stats and highlights. We'll start off here. So what did the Vulcans do here in the first half?
I mean, not much offense between either team. California 14 rushes on the day for a net yardage of 1 yard. So been tough on the ground. IUP 15 rushes for 68. Even then, California doing a great job at keeping Stewart to a minimum. And then in the passing game, not much going either for both teams. IUP 30 passing plays for, or 109 yards for them and 100 yards for the Vulcans. So total offense, 30 plays for 177 yards. I can't talk today, you know. I mean, talking is hard. The Vulcans 28 plays on offense for 101 yards. I mean, the defense has been the story of the game. 3 turnovers in the game, 1 by California, 2 by IUP, and I mean, it's just been a defensive game, which is not what we had last year when you two were doing the game. I mean, the 30 plus points for both teams in that game, and this time 10 points combined going into half.
As we look at the highlights here, there's the touchdown out on the put the Vulcans up 7-3. And you talked about the turnovers, John. Here's the first of the 3. With the one-handed grab of, if that's not a Sports Center top 10 and highlight grab, I don't know what is. And we see here the interception from IUP as Sexton getting rushed by the Vulcans and get the pick-off play there. And then here's the fumble right there at the end of the half as we saw all the Vulcans recover. So, talk about it real quick here. Peyton, what does IUP need to do to try to keep in this game?
Well, considering that they're going to be kicking the ball away to start this second half, they have to lock up on defense. There's way too many times where IUP let open receivers go. We saw it on the first and only touchdown of the game. You almost had a lineman covering the receiver there, and that just cannot happen. They're doing pretty good on the pass rush, but they got to do a better job of covering those talented receivers that the Vulcans have.
So, the Vulcans getting ready to receive this one. As Andrazi kicks it off, and they'll go all the way back to the Vulcan and 7-yard line where Hamlin will take it there. There, gets a lane, breaks free. He crosses the 20, crosses the 30. He brought down all around the 33-yard line.
I'm talking about a couple more stats from halftime. Cal U 4 for 6 on third down. IUP 3 of 7. And then penalties, we talked about it before. We're probably going to talk about some more penalties hampering both teams. California 4 penalties on the game for 29 yards. IUP 3 for 30. And then time of possession, California dominating in that one, 16 minutes, 28 seconds, IUP 13-32. I mean, California scored a bunch of points last week in the first half with only having 9 minutes of possession the entire first half.
So Mitchell in the pistol now. All trips on the far side. He's going to drop back. He's going to let it fly. He finds McCann wide open on the near side. You're seeing that's Cam Tarrant, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds. He gets right into IUP territory. 1st and 10 now from the IUP 35.
The IUP giving so much respect to Jaquay Jackson. Cam Tarrant on that crossing route just comes all the way across the field wide open, and big gain for the Vulcans.
1st and 10, and now as they hand it off, flag comes in here on the run play. A forward progress is going to stop McCann and for a gain of maybe 1. Let's find out the flag is.
That's Noel Brouse's 3rd penalty of the game. I'm sure Coach Dunn not happy with him. He's going to have a talk with Brouse for sure.
So that'll back the Vulcans up 1st and 20 now, all from the IUP 45-yard line.
And just quickly going back to that play, what I was just saying, IUP has to do a better job of covering those receivers. Like you said, Sate, they're giving a lot of coverage for Jackson, but Tarrant is just as quick and skilled.
Mitchell drops back, quick pass, letting it go. Oh, and there's the flat. And And I think this one might be going against the Hawks.
He's trying to find Langley on the outside. A little bit of contact from both players, but like you said, I think the offensive line moving up looks like they are going to get IUP on this one.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 29. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
That's going to go again. And didn't catch the number on that one.
He's going to go against 29, Callan Frazier, I believe, on that far side. So
Yeah, Kalen Frazier, you know, like I said, it's defense, you know, they're not, the IUP in general, they just have to do a better job at staying disciplined and, you know, especially giving a very pass-heavy offense like Mitchell and the Vulcans extra room is just not the greatest idea, not the greatest game plan.
And in motion, and hands off to Jackson on that one, and he's going to get it a few yards on that one. And gain of about 6 on the
That'll bring up a second down and 4.
Fiesel on the stop for the Crimson Hawks there, coming from behind. Looked like he was trying to punch that ball out. Do whatever you got to do here to shift the tide here.
and that's exactly what the Vulcans did. Haven't been able to get anything going on the ground. And I mean, they're just trying to do it any way they can. That time sent Jackson in motion, just trying to throw the defense off, and that time able to pick up some nice positive yardage on the ground.
For second down and 4 to go. Here for the Vulcans. Mitchell takes a snap, hand off to McCann. He gets a lane, breaks free, into the first down. Only gets in the secondary and then some. Before being brought down, it's going to be the 1st and 10 now. All from the IUP 11.
And this is what we're more used to seeing from Eric McCann. Great push by the offensive line, able to get a hole just in between the tight end and the tackle. And McCann, super quick, great vision, able to work his way up through the hole and able to pick up a great positive yardage, first down and more, brings the Vulcans well within striking distance now.
1st and 10 and two tight ends for Mitchell. Ole in the pistol, shifts into the gun. Hand off to McCann again, looks for a lane, bounces outside, rolls upfield, gets positive yardage for a gain of 2, maybe 3.
And again, great vision from McCann. Kind of tripped on the handoff and was trying to get it outside, but great vision, works his way up the middle of the field and able to find some space, pick up 4 yards on the gain. So another decent run from Eric McCann.
So it'll be a second down and 6 on the IUP 8-yard line. Gain of 4 on that previous play. Mitchell comes out here. There are two tight ends and 2 receivers with 12 minutes to go. Jackson goes in motion. And we're going to see a flag here, and it looks like the Vulcans are going to get backed up on this play.
False start. Offense. Number 79. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So now after the 4-yard run, and that's going to get nulled out by the false start penalty here.
And another one on Noel Browse. Again, just it looks like he just a little bit fidgety at the line.
We saw the last time California was down here, they took a penalty, brought them back a little bit more, but they were able to strike and answer with a touchdown. So let's see what happens here.
Mitchell in the gun, twin receivers on the far side. He passes off to McCann again and gets that yardage back and is knocked out on inside the 5, and that's going to be 3rd and 3. Maybe a yard or the way of the sticks.
And that pass to McCann was actually tipped at the line, but McCann able to come back and catch it and work his way up the field. Great in the open field is McCann, able to work his way down, almost able to pick up the first down, but it looks like he's about 1 or 2 yards shy.
They're going to say 3rd and 1, and maybe a 1.5 to go.
Yeah,
as we get down to 11. As we get to 11 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Fakes the hand off to Jackson and McCann to run up the middle. Gets Looks like he's going to have enough for the first down and then some. And they're going to say he's short by about inches. So if you're old John, what do? You going for it?
I mean, you can see the players on the sidelines trying to get the fans hype. You have to go for it. I mean, if you were able to get this first down, able to get a touchdown on this drive, it turns it from a 7-point game to an 11-point game. I mean, that makes all the difference in a game like this.
Under 10.5 to go. Mitchell at the line in the gun, trips formation, and McConaughey, the lone tight end. Snap, handoff to McCann, and bounce to the outside, and into the end zone for the touchdown. The Vulcans have extend that lead to 14-3.
Exactly what they needed to do. Great blocking on the outside. As we can take a look at the replay once again, a great call from from the offense. Mitchell just hands it off to McCann, and that offensive line does the rest of the work. And McCann goes untouched into the end zone for the touchdown. And exactly what the Vulcans need, taking a bigger lead in this game.
Beatco on to attempt the point after try here. Snap down, kick up, and through the uprights and good. 10:06 left to go here in the third quarter. The Vulcans have extended their lead 14-3 now. We'll be back here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM, the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
All right, we're back here. The Vulcans lead it 14-3. And the kick is away from Beatco. As Taylor will take it from his own 6-yard line, gets a lane, breaks free. He runs upfield and stopped right around the 24.
I'm just trying to get one of these students to throw me a dilly bar.
Good luck. We're up yonder up here.
It came close as we look at the touchdown run, and they got everybody fired up here. So, 14-3 the score, 10:01 to go.
And we talked about it during the commercial break. California, this defense has been great all year, and holding an offense like IUP to only 3 points in the first half is tough, and it's going to be a tough task to keep them down this low. I'm sure we'll see a little bit more explosiveness from this Crimson Hawk offense in the second half.
Sexton in the gun, trips formation on the far side. A lone receiver on the near. Drops back at Axe, going to let it fly downfield. Hold, and nearly picked off again. And is number 5, Kamon Mormon, and coming up with the stop.
Trying to find Dwayne Brown on that out route, and that should have been another interception in this game. Mormon got the jump on it, came all the way back from safety to try to get in the way of that one, and almost picked off Sexton again.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 now. All from the IUP 24-yard line. Hand off to Stewart, right up the middle. He's going to bounce up for a couple yards. Looks like a gain of 4, maybe 5 on that one.
There's got to be some type of response from this IUP offense. California's done an excellent job at shutting down IUP in every shape, way, and form. Really good on defense, really solid performance by the Vulcans. But this Crimson Hawk offense needs to know they're not out of this, and they can very easily come back into this game. But they got to make some plays happen.
9.5 to go here in the third. Sexton empties the backfield. Pulls a man in motion. Now always got a receiver. There's a wing. And there's a flag. And let's see what the call is here.
Full start. Offense. High line. Fire penalty.
So, that's going to back the Hawks up now. It's going to be 3rd and 11 now.
And it seems like that touchdown for the Vulcans kind of just deflated the morale of this Crimson Hawk offense. Coming into this game, both teams were like going super hard, super fast, super quick, and it just seems like IUP just doesn't have their wind in the sails quite yet. But I mean, one play on this offense can make all the difference.
Sexton drops back. And he's going to get sacked all the way back down at the 10-yard line.
Sexton is brought down behind the line of scrimmage by Sanogo.
And Sanogo, a guy we don't call all too often. And John, break down the play here.
Last week, Sanogo had a huge second half against Clarion and does exactly that. Goes inside, spins to the outside, and just finds Sexton in the backfield, able to wrap his arms around Sexton's leg and pull him down. Big stop by this Vulcan defense.
So that's going to be 4th and a mile now. Now Dazzi comes for the kick, and once again almost get it blocked. And it's going to take an IUP bounce to around the 50-yard line.
Will be down. It'll be 1st and 10. Vulcans from the
That right there, if you're IUP, that is very, very deflating, like you were saying, Save, earlier. And that right there's a momentum killer if you're IUP. Now Cal has a great chance to really put the nail in the coffin here.
I mean, we can't say you can never say never. I mean, we saw the game last year. We saw how that one ended. You can't ever call it quits quite yet, but this would be a big statement possession for the Vulcan offense if they're able to go down and score another touchdown.
1st and 10 from the 50-yard line, and the IUP 49. Mitchell going to empty the gun with 3 receivers on the far, 2 on the near. Drops back, looking for a man, fires downfield, looking for Langley, and that's going to be broken up.
Nazir Taylor right there.
The former Vulcan, and with the stop there, brings up 2nd and 10 now.
I applaud Mitchell trying to push the ball down the field. Had Jackson with some space open in the flat, but trying to find Langley on that sideline, trying to pick up some big chunk yardage for this Vulcan offense, because like we talked about coming into the second half, both defenses have been playing great. Neither of the offenses able to get really anything going on the air or on the ground, but Mitchell just trying to do it all, or trying to force the issue for this Crimson Hawk defense.
And we're going to get a stoppage here. Coach Dunn didn't like what he saw there. We're going to get a timeout called.
Maybe this is a chance for IUP to maybe regroup here. You know, obviously they weren't the ones that called the timeout, but this chance to maybe get them refocused and maybe Cal a chance to, you know, try to keep pushing down this field here, because if they can get some yardage on this defense, that would be huge.
And a quick shout out, make sure to follow us on all social media, Twitter and Instagram, CUTVPA and CUTV_PA. Make sure to follow everything Cal Vulcans. And I just want to make a quick mention of the upcoming schedules for both teams. California next week taking on Seton Hill under the lights, 6 p.m. kickoff. Then following that, homecoming game against Slippery Rock, going to be a huge one. And they follow the end of the season against Mercier's, Gannon, and East Stroudsburg, last 2 games at home. But IUP got pretty much their bulk of the tough games out of the way last week, able to get the win over Slippery Rock, and then today against California. It kind of seems like an easier ride going into the back half of the season for the Crimson Hawks.
Mitchell takes the snap, hands off up the middle, can't, and for a couple yards. That'll be 3rd down on and about 9.
And as we see again, IUP doing a good job at containing the rush, but it's the passing attack that's really been hurting the defense, and the Vulcans aren't going to complain there.
Mitchell in the gun, twin receivers on both sides. 7:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Mitchell drops back, steps up, looking for a way out. It gets away from the sack and in and out of the hands of McCann, and luckily that one just went incomplete.
Nearly another interception this game, and if IUP will get that interception, that one's going back for 6. As we take a look at the replay, Mitchell doing well, escaping the pocket, just under a ton of pressure, but tries to find McCann. McCann can't really see that one into his hands, bounces up in the air, takes a bad bounce, and almost gets picked off.
So Rosensteel come out here for the 3rd time. Carter back to return. Or excuse me, Brown back to return for the Crimson Hawks. Snap, kick is away. As Rosensteel almost got hit there, and they'll call for a fair catch down around on the 10-yard line.
Crimson Hawks from the 12.
Now this drive right here, you know, I've mentioned that the previous drives have been important, but you have to do something here if you're IUP. You know, you've been stumped. You were stumped last drive. Great pressure by the Vulcan defense and doing a terrific job there. But Sexton and this offense need to really screw their heads on here and try to get some type of positive outcome, preferably a score by Tortorella standard.
Sexton in the gun, twin and tight ends at the line, and 2 receivers on the far, or Stewart the running back. Takes a snap, takes the handoff on the play fake. He's gonna have to step up because he's got pressure coming. Lets it fly. Finds Carter on the field, and he's gonna cut across the field. Field cuts back, it's wrapped up and knocked down by a Noah Dillo.
Hilton Ridley with the reception.
So,
Run down by Dillo.
A great reception and great scramble by Max Sexton, redeeming himself there, finds a wide open Hilton Ridley and has all the green in the world to work with. Instead of cutting it to the outside here, you see he does that little stutter step to try to lose the defender and ends up being brought down at around the 46-yard line in Crimson Hawk land.
1st and 10, and that all twin receivers on the air, man in motion. Sexton takes a snap, hand off to Stewart. He gets a lane over the 50 now, and it's going to be rode out into the California bench at their own 48-yard line.
Yet again, another great run by Stewart. Has Gerald Brown, who's massive, on his back, and then Stewart just still pulling him all the way, picking up 5 or 6 on the play. But also want to give a huge shout out to all the fans here at this game. The Vulcan faithful coming out very strong, and the Crimson Hawks, their fans travel extremely well, have a ton of fans support here in Adamson Stadium.
Takes the handoff again, and Sexton, and that one nearly picked off by Kevon Mormon again. And as he dove across the field for that one and almost picked it off again.
And that was the 3rd time this game he could have had an interception. Great read by Kayvon Mormon coming down and trying to break up that pass, and almost picks it off once again.
So it'll be 3rd down and 6 here, or excuse me, 3rd and 4, or for IUP. On the Vulcan 49. Stewart the man in motion. Sexton drops back, going to let it fly downfield, finds Ridley again, and for the 1st down.
Another great reception by Hilton Ridley. Definitely proven to be one of the top receivers, especially this game. It's usually Dwayne Brown, but Ridley's definitely shining in this one. Sexton making a great read, and Ridley just open there in the center for a Crimson Hawk 1st down, and a big one at that.
And it looks like the Crimson Hawks do like that matchup. Ridley, a very tall receiver over Micah Tillman, who's not the tallest corner in the world, so I'm sure we'll see a lot more of Sexton trying to find Ridley on this one-on-one.
1st and 10 from the Vulcan 35. Sexton drops back, lets it fly downfield, looking for a man. And there's going to be a flag. See which way is it going. And as targeted receiver for that one was, looks like looking for Dwayne Brown on there.
Officials conversing, about to get the call now. It's going to be a pass interference call going against the Vulcans, and That pass was aired out probably around the 5-yard line, so that's going to move this Crimson Hawk offense pretty far up here.
That's been Noah Hamlin's issue this season. And as Safe and I can detect, as Hamlin's gotten his hand caught in the cookie jar more times than we can count this year.
I mean, it's very hard against such talented receivers. I mean, you got to cover him perfectly, and even then, sometimes it's not even the best. But that time, Hamlin just got caught.
Takes the handoff on the play fake, looking over the middle of the field. Pulled is Ridley. Brought down at the 1-yard line.
Again, another highlight reel catch by Hilton Ridley, being the star of this game. You see Max Sexton dropping back in the pocket. Really good protection by the O-line. And that one-on-one coverage there, Ridley comes away with it. And now the Hawks are knocking on the door around the 1-yard line. But that won't matter because they have to get it into the end zone. Vulcans did a really good job trying to stop them last time.
Stack the line, hand off up the middle. Oh, and IUP is going to be in for the touchdown. As J.D. Younger comes in 4-6.
And here we go. We see the replay right here. Nothing too crazy about this. Just a whole out push to try to get Younger across the goal line, and they do, in fact. And now Nick Andersai setting up for the extra point.
Andersai out for the after point. Kick is up and through the uprights. Good. So this game just got a whole lot closer. 14-10 your score. Or the Vulcans lead it with 4:34 here in the third quarter. We'll be back here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM, the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
More attractions. More fear. Survive the clowns in Twisted Nightmare 3D. Experience more scares than ever before. Haunted Hills Estate Scream Park returns September 9th. Get your tickets now at hauntedhillsestate.com.
Welcome back here as the Hawks get back into the game here. 14-10 the score as they go with the little pooch kick. And the Vulcans are just going to fair catch that one and right around the 32-yard line. And as IUP was trying to catch him sleeping there, we saw that a couple weeks ago against Edinburgh.
I mean, I think the special teams unit after that won't let anything go past them. Try to get the pooch kick tried to just catch the Vulcans out, but great awareness by Cal, calling the fair catch and taking over with good field position starting from their own 32.
So the Vulcans now starting out here at their own 32, 1st and 10, and twin receivers on the near side. Jackson, the lone receiver on the far. Or looks like McConaughey here will be the wing. Snap, handoff to McCann. He's going to run right up the middle. He gets a lane. And excuse me, that was McGriff on that one. Close to the first down. It's going to be brought down on just a yard shy. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Gain of 9 on the play.
Take a look at the replay once again. Great blocking. As you said, they did bring McConaughey in to block and was able to find the hole. McGriff and this running back carousel once again just doing wonders for this Vulcan offense, picking up good yardage and very close to another 1st down.
For 2nd down and 2 here. Aaron Tarrant in motion, fakes the end off to Tarrant. Aaron McGriff takes the lane and he breaks free again and tries to get away from that defender. Aaron gets the 1st down and then some. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Vulcans from the 49-yard line.
Another great run, great push by this offensive line. A very similar play, used Tarrant as a distraction on the motion, went up the right side, and McGriff great vision, able to move his way forward and pick up the first down.
1st and 10 now from the Vulcan 49. And Mitchell in the gun. Takes the hand off, double reverse, going to hand it off to Jackson, and Jackson's going to get a lane. And block from Mitchell. Oh, another step. Now, excuse me, that was Cam Tarrant on the double reverse there. Their gain of about 3, maybe 5.
Yeah, look at QB1 throwing a block out there, getting in the way, trying to free lane for Tarrant, who just worked his way up the right side. But we talked about earlier, this Vulcan rushing attack is starting to get going in the second half, not much in the first half. And I mean, and you're pulling out all the stops to do it, just trick plays, anything to try to get some offense.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a Philly special today. Is Mitchell in the gun and hands it off to McGriff again and gets a good length. And close to the first down, but it's going to be shy about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. It will be a 3rd and 2 now.
IUP really going to have to come up clutch here. 3rd and 2 in IUP territory around about the 43-yard line here. Cal looking to extend this drive, and they've been doing a great job with McGriff to establish that run game right there. And, he's been doing pretty good for the Vulcans this season, I'm sure.
3rd and 2 here. Mitchell in the gun, sends Tarrant in motion. Snap, hand off to McCann, and he's going to get the first down and then some as he crosses the 40 inside to the 39 of IUP.
And another great designed run. This time McCann getting his hands on the ball. And just another great run, great blocking by the offensive line, able to get the first down, able to keep this possession alive, and California looking to try to extend this lead.
1st and 10. And now for the Vulcans from the 39. Snap, hand off to McCann again. McCann bounces forward, or still turning upfield. Gets about 4 or 5 on that one.
I think Mitchell wanted to pass that ball, but it looks like when he handled the snap, kind of just didn't have great control of it, so he just was like, here, Eric, take it. And McCann able to work his way up the field. Nice run and good positive yardage for the Vulcans.
McCann's definitely proved to be a solid running back here for the Vulcans, and especially here in the second half, really establishing that run game that Cal needed.
2nd down now for California. From the 35, there's the snap. Mitchell drops back, running for his life, throws it on the run and into the Vulcan bench. That'll bring up 3rd and 6 now.
Excellent pass rush by the Crimson Hawks. That was Maurice Fiesel on the rushing attack there. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 6 now.
Mitchell in the gun and gets his calls. McGriff, the running back, Tarrant, Jackson, and Willis, the receivers on the far side. Langley, the lone receiver on the near. Handoff, fakes the handoff, pop pass to Jackson. He breaks free. He gets upfield for a first down. The Vulcans will start be well inside the red zone now.
Yeah, great play fake by Mitchell. Just able to find Tarrant on that pass.
That would be a completed pass there. There to Langley for another close to a first down, just shy.
2nd down and 2.
So we start to tick under a few seconds here. Handoff turns upfield. And waiting on the signal. Touchdown, Vulcans! And so once again, the running game. That'll extend the lead to 20-10 now. As we see Williams on the stretch there.
Yeah, another great run from this Vulcan offense, just able to get their way down the field, quick passes, big plays, and able to cap it off with the touchdown. Williams on the carry, able to bring that one in.
That was Williams' first carry of the game from a couple yards out. And it pays off. Beatco on for the kick. Tarrant the holder. There's a snap. Kick is up, and through the uprights, good. 21-10 to score here with 29 seconds left to go in the third quarter. We'll be back here on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM, the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's all good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
All right, and welcome back here to CUTV Sports 1 as the Vulcans extend their lead 21 to 10. Kick away all the way back to the 4. Or Taylor takes it across the 30, crosses almost to the 40, down at the 36-yard line. Going back to the last touchdown run there. If we see Williams here once again, and his first rush of the game, getting the Vulcans in for 6.
And doing exactly what the Vulcan offense needed to do and what they've done all season is score points, and did it once again on that drive. And I'm sure you can hear it a little bit in our microphones. The wind starting to pick up just a little bit, so I'm sure if that could affect this passing game for both teams going forward in the last quarter.
1st and 10 now, all from the Vulcan, or from the IUP 35-yard line. Sexton sends a man in motion and snap, drops back, fires, and that one's gonna be brought in by Isaiah Howard, or excuse me, Hauser. We're on the play. Thanks for the correction there, Peyton. That'll be good for an IUP first down as we get down to 10 seconds here in the third quarter. And with 3, 2, 1, and time's going to expire here in the third as that one's off and caught and can't hold on to it. Intended receiver. As Tillman breaks that one up. That'll be the end of the third quarter. We'll be back here on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM, the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
And welcome back here to Adamson Stadium for the 13th annual Coal Bowl. As the Vulcans lead it 21 to 10, and IUPE looking to drive here in the final quarter of play. As we saw, they were running the clock down. I was surprised they got that playoff there.
Able to get the playoff, but California up by 11 into the final quarter, and like we talked about, we've seen wilder things in a matchup like this. So IUP not out of it quite yet.
Second and 10 now, all from the IUP 46. Snap, drops back, left Sexton, and finds a receiver, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds. And that's going to be another first down for the Hawks as Brown pulls it in. And that'll be another first down for IUP.
Brown, again, just proving why he's such a threat, and if you leave him open and with some room, he will hurt you there.
Sexton in the gun, trips on the near side, lone receiver on the far. Here comes the blitz from the Vulcan, and it's passed downfield. Oh, looking for the one-handed grab.
Broken up by Hamlin.
As Noah Hamlin and breaks up the pass there. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now.
So we got some third quarter statistics. California coming in to the second half only had 1 net rushing yard coming in, and now after third quarter have 64. So 63 yards on the ground in that third quarter for the Vulcans.
That was definitely the quarter dominated by California for sure.
And in the student section getting loud all down there. There's Sexton, lets it fly, fires it into the end zone, touchdown IUP. As Hauser brings it in and cuts the lead down on the 21 and the 16 to score now.
And look at this right here, Sexton, all the time in the world back there, and a beautiful spiral. Hauser wide open there, and the rest is history. Isaiah Hauser really coming in clutch here. We haven't really called him a lot this game, but he's come up whenever he's needed to. And looks like IUP may be going for 2 here.
I think you might be right, Peyton.
Crimson Hawks to go for the 2-point conversion.
I mean, if they're able to get it, cuts it to a 3-point game. All you need is a field goal.
And we're going to get a timeout out here. Is there some confusion in front on the Hawks? That'll be their first timeout out of the second half here.
And looking back at that touchdown from Sexton to Hauser, I mean, Sexton did have a lot of time, but had the defender rushing in at the end, gets hit right after he throws, and did a good job standing his ground, making that throw when he needed to, and a great route by Hauser on that post, just coming inside, and Hauser wide open for that touchdown. And just like that, I mean, we were talking about an 11-point game, and now it could be a 3-point game if IUP is able to get this 2-point conversion.
We see Sexton now, he's starting to get a little bit of confidence back. Didn't have the greatest start, a few turnovers here and there, and that's going to be as expected with a great defense like Cal's. But now the offense is out on the field again to try for the 2-point conversion, and if the offense gets this could be a very big turning point.
So we'll see what happens here. Sexton and in the gun, trips on the near side, lone receiver on the far. There's the snap. Sexton and looking for a man, and he's going to get sacked back at the 10-yard line, and the 2-point conversion is no good. So your score remains is California 21 and IUP 16. And as we look at the replay here, we'll be back on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM, the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. So if you want to talk to your kids, you have to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Welcome back here to the Coal Bowl. 21-16 the score, as the Vulcans looking to get back underway, as Hamlin will take that one and gets across the 20, and forward progress is going to stop him right at the 25-yard line.
And taking a look back at this replay here, we had Sexton in the pocket there, good protection, and as you were saying, Sabe, we had a lot of pass rush there by Cal, but he's able to find the open receiver in Isaiah Hauser. He's just able to waltz into the end zone. And then the 2-point conversion try, Sexton a little bit under pressure there, and just on that outside edge, is the sack, and Cal prevents that 2-point conversion, leaving the score 21-16 as the Cal offense trots back out onto the field.
So, another tight one here in the Cole Bowl, folks. 21-16 your score, 14-16 left to go in regulation time. Mitchell trips on the near side, hands it, takes the handoff, drops back, lets it fire. Here it's brought in by Cam Tarrant. And close to the first down, but he's going to be shy about a yard, or maybe a yard and a couple inches.
Yeah, nice throw by Mitchell, just throwing it into a place where only Tarrant is able to make that catch. And like you said, 5-point game in the fourth quarter, and a rivalry like this, we've seen crazier things. So this game is far, far from over.
Yes, these two teams love to play to the last whistle and give everybody
a heart attack.
Yeah.
I nearly had one last season, and as Peyton can attest to that. At Mitchell in the gun, and 2 receivers on the near side, a wing and one on the far. Mitchell steps up. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to roll under the near side, and he's going to slide and stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be
loss of a yard on the play, 3rd down and
so,
2.
IUP doing a good job at covering those options for Mitchell there. You're just forced to try to tuck and run here and end up actually losing a yard on the play. Now 3rd and 3 the Vulcans are at looks like about their own 37-ish, call it that.
And I'm kind of surprised there by Mitchell. Wants to keep his body preserved, but if he just kind of lays out a little bit, it looks like he would have been able to get the first down yardage, but like you said, loses a yard on it.
Mitchell goes under center now in the power eye, hands off to McCann, and runs forward, or gets to the line of scrimmage. But that tough IUPE front four stands tall. All Peyton.
There was a great stop by the IUP defense at a very timely point in the game there. Able to read the runs coming from the Vulcans, able to shift over with it and prevent Cal from getting that first down and continuing this drive. I think actually losing another yard they were able to pick up. So now punt team's out, and this is going to be big, guys.
I mean, it all goes back to that play, though, by Mitchell. I mean, he could have laid out for that first down, didn't want to take the hit, and it ends up costing the Vulcans.
Rosensteel's kick is away, nearly punted as he gets run into. Fair caught, will be down around on the 32 as Rosensteel going to grab Derek Clorboy. Only after some jaw jacking going on between the two teams. John, let's go through the road ahead here for us.
After today's game against the Crimson Hawks next week, playing Seton Hill under the lights, 6 p.m. kickoff there. Then after that, facing off against the Rock of Slippery Rock for homecoming. Then the final 3 games traveling away to Mercyhurst a few weeks from now. Then the last 2 games are at home against Gannon, who have been phenomenal so far this season, and ending the game at home against East Stroudsburg. So still a very tough road ahead for the Vulcans.
Well, all that game against East Stroudsburg's not guaranteed, as the Vulcans could still, in theory, end up in the PSAC title game. And well, right now, Sexton drops back, fires in and out the hands of his receiver. As Carter looking for the catch there, just couldn't bring it in.
You know, it's really unfortunate because Carter usually makes those types of plays right there at those key points there. Just couldn't hold on. Ball had too much fire on that one. 2nd and 10.
Sexton in the gun and trips on the far side. The lone receiver on the near. There is Ridley. The Vulcans are going to bring in heavy pressure. Throws, he gets hit, and that one's going to be incomplete, but there's a flag on the play.
Excellent pass rush by the Vulcans to force Sexton to throw that out, but I'm actually very interested to see what this flag's going to be on.
I'm curious myself.
Yeah, that's a tough call. Gets Noah Hamlin again, and We apologize if you hear any profane language over the microphones, but great pass rush from the Vulcans, and I mean, I'm not quite sure if that throw is in a catchable position for Ridley, but Hamlin gets caught once again, gives the Crimson Hawk offense a new set of downs, and keeps this drive going.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised on that one, but that's been the story of the Vulcans this year. So we hear both sides, it's getting loud, and the Vulcans are going to get him wrapped up in the back of the field there as Gabe Miller on the stop. Carter had nowhere to go on that one.
Vulcan defense is reading right through that. Gabe Miller with an excellent stop on Carter. IUP trying to be a little sneaky on that, try to get that little sweep play going there, but read perfectly by Gabe Miller. 2nd and 11 now.
Vulcan defense and it's looking to stand tall here. Sexton drops back, fire. There's in and out the hands of two IUP receivers and a Vulcan defender. And a partridge in a pear tree on that one.
Yeah, that time looks like Brown and Carter kind of got their routes mixed up, both in pretty much the same spot, and 3 Vulcan defenders there. Sexton unable to complete the pass and brings up another 3rd and long.
10:53 to go here in regulation. In the California faithful getting loud here in Edmondson.
Communication is going to be key here for this offense here, especially for Sexton.
There's the snap, drop back, Sexton finds a man, and across the field, that's going to be Cole Lanley.
Excellent play by Sexton, able to convert under pressure there. Beautiful spiral there, and a great catch by the 6'6" redshirt sophomore from Lebanon, PA, Cole Laney. Move the chains for this offense into Vulcan territory now.
1st and 10 now from the Vulcan and 42-yard line. And hand off to Stewart up the middle. As he breaks free, and it looks like he's going to have enough for the IUP first down.
Again, we see the legs of Stewart on display yet again. Probably should have been down a little bit before, but just keeps fighting. A little short of that first down marker, about 2nd and 1 now for this Crimson Hawks offense around the 34-yard line.
2nd down and 2. Hand off to Stewart, or he gets met right at the line. It's going to be close. But forward progress is going to mark it past the sticks. And it'll be first down again for IUP with 9:40 to go here in regulation.
And it looks like now this Crimson Hawk offense is getting into that groove like you talked about, just continually converting under big pressure moments and able to pick up these first downs, able to keep the drive alive, and with one score, they'll be back in the lead.
This drive heavily important for IUP. They're already in the game, but you don't want to give that ball back to the cow with you trailing.
1st and 10 here, fakes the handoff to Stewart, pass, and tip by Matt Toby. So we hear Mr. Toby getting excited for that one once again. And I was wondering how long till we called his name, but hold on.
Flags in the backfield.
After play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 1.
Call going against Dazier Stewart for unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, I totally missed that. I was looking downfield, where the pass play was going on. So that'll be bring up a 2nd down and, third down on. Correction, 2nd down on here. Scoreboard is a little off here. Here's 2nd down and a mile to go.
And not only do they lose the down, they also get pushed back 15 yards.
Sexton lets it fly downfield.
And
sorry if you hear any profane language here, folks.
Dwayne Brown, the intended target there, and there's some little hands being thrown there between the defender and the receiver, but I think this one's going to be going against Cal.
Yeah, they're going to get Micah Tillman on this one.
That's going to go against Noah Hamlin once again. His third time getting his hand caught in a cookie jar.
Yeah, I mean, they did say no, it was not. That was Micah Tillman all the way. One-on-one on Dwayne Brown on this near side, and Brown had him beat. And Tillman, I mean, doing the smart thing, just pulling him back, forcing the pass interference instead of letting up the big touchdown.
So 1st and 10 from the original old line of scrimmage now. Sexton going to shift things over. 2 tights on the far side, 1 on the near. Here, they're going to hand it off to Stewart. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's maybe a yard on the play. A 2nd down on 8:30 to go here in regulation.
And, you know, I was just about to mention there, you know, IUP took a pretty bad penalty there with that unnecessary roughness, but then that pass interference call really saving them, and now they're kind of back to where they started, around the 34-yard line. 2nd and 10. IUP's got to convert and try to get some positive yards now.
2nd and 10 now, all for the Vulcans. Or excuse me, or the Hawks. Sexton and lets it fly down the field. Old in and out the hands of the receiver. As Dwayne Brown, the intended receiver, just couldn't pull that one in.
Another great throw by Sexton, almost at Brown. I thought he pulled it in as we take a look at the replay, but a few Vulcan defenders in the area kind of just threw him off, unable to snag that one, keep it in, and brings up a 3rd down and 10. I'm sure we're about to hear the Vulcans fans getting loud.
As you hear both fans get sides of the field getting loud here. 3rd and 10. Sexton drops back, fires, hit as he throws, in and out of the receiver's hands as Brown looking for the catch there. And no flags. It's going to be 4th down from the 35-yard line.
And you're in the position now on the field where, I mean, 7:51 left to play, down by 5. You're not punting this ball. It's too far for a kick, so looks like the Crimson Hawks offense will go out there one more time. The Vulcans on the verge of getting another big stop, and the crowd starting to get loud once again.
IUP 0 for 1, and so far on 4th down conversions. Sexton drops back, steps up. He's going to run. And pop pass, incomplete, and the Vulcans will let the ball on turnover on downs with 7:45 to go.
Great defense by the Vulcans, great coverage by that secondary, and even if he is getting that pass off, I think he stepped past the line of scrimmage anyway, but the Vulcans defense getting a stop when it matters. Going to get the offense back out there once again. 7:45 left to play. This is a chance for this Vulcan offense to try to put the game to bed as we take a look at this replay once again. Great pressure by that Vulcan front 7 and forces Sexton to step up into the pocket, and great coverage forces the incompletion and turns the ball back over to the Vulcan offense.
1st and 10 now for the Vulcans from their own 35-yard line. Hand off to McGriff. He's met by a couple defenders in the backfield. Old fights forward, but it's going to be a loss of about 1 or 2 on the play.
Loss of a yard. 2nd down and 11.
And California, just back to that last drive, really just taking advantage of IUP's misfortune there. There was 2 really good plays, 2 really good passes by Sexton that Dwayne Brown just couldn't unfortunately hang on to. And now it's a turnover on downs, and the Vulcans have a chance to possibly extend this lead.
Mitchell drops back, fires across the field, finds Langley. As they're going to talk it over here, one referee saying it's a catch.
I mean, it looked like the IUP players all on the side and on the field said that he dropped it as he was coming down to the ground. From where we're sitting, we can't really, or from where we're standing, we can't really tell, but it will be an incomplete, and of course a 3rd and 11 now for the Vulcans.
Third and long here. 7:03 to go. Trips near side. Jackson, Langley, the lone receiver on the far. McGriff, the running back. There's the snap. Mitchell drops back, steps up, breaks free from the sack. He's going to roll near side, fires down the field, and incomplete. He was looking for Langley.
Great pressure by IUP to bring out all the guns right there to pressure Mitchell. It looked like he was going to go down, but no, Mitchell doing a terrific job at scrambling in the pocket. Tried to fire it here on the far side of the field, but even better pass deflection there by Nazir Taylor.
So IUP will get the ball back with just under 7 minutes to play and 2 timeouts. I mean, we're in for an interesting last couple of minutes.
Tighten them belts up one more time, boys. Here we go. The final stretch. Rosensteel back to kick it away for the Vulcans. Snap, kick is away. And it was a high kick, and it's going to take a California bounce down around the 40. It was 6:46 to go.
So IUP will take over from their 40, one of their better field positions so far this season. But quick shout out, make sure to listen to us as a podcast, all of our shows over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Things like High School Roundup, Caden's Corner, The Coaches Show. That's what she said in a brand new show, the sports section. So make sure to check that out anywhere you can listen to podcasts.
So IUP will now take over here, 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Calling for shift on the formation. 3 tight ends, a running back, and 1 receiver for IUP. Sexton hands it off to Stewart. He's going to run forward for a gain of about 4.
Looked like the ball may have popped out there, but Stewart able to jump right back on top of it.
6.5 to go here in regulation time.
I'm feeling nervous a little bit. I mean, like what happened last year is just on the mind of everyone. And then, I mean, with a 5-point game with 6:20 left to play, I mean, anything's up in the air.
Anything can happen.
Sexton in the gun, sends a man in motion. Fakes the handoff, gives it to Stewart on the reverse now. Now, taking one out of Cal U's playbook is that he's going to be tripped up down on the Vulcan in 40. Dwayne Brown on the double reverse.
Just like you said, right out of the Cal U playbook, the double reverse. Max Sexton even throwing a block in there as well. And Dwayne Brown fighting for even more extra yards. And it's finally pushed out around the Cal U 40. And a great read by IUP to advance this ball even further.
1st and 10 now. All Sexton and turned around was hit as he throws and now be brought down by Smith. Grant Smith, that's the first time we've called his name today on the catch.
Gain of 7, 2nd down and 3.
And, you know, IUP is just still trying to build off of a little bit of momentum here from that double reverse, and a flag now. It was kind of an early flag here.
Find out what the call is.
Officials are talking over with Coach Dunn.
I mean, they threw it as number 54, Derek Corboy, was coming off the field, so I'm not quite sure maybe if he potentially said something to the referee coming off the field.
So this is a sideline warning, and I guess the players and coaches were up a little too close to the field. So no penalty on that one.
And that's another thing you got to stay disciplined about. Not even on the field, but you got to make sure your bench is taken care of, and as well as the coaches.
2nd down and 4. Trips formation in Sexton and hands it off to Stewart. Stewart. It's going to get stopped for a gain of about 2, but there's a flag on the play. It was 4:54 to go. Well, there's this thrown, I'm assuming holding.
And you would be correct, Johnny. A holding call going against the Crimson Hawks. It's going to back them up even further.
We're going to get Cole, number 81, Cole Laney on that one. And, I mean, the Vulcans needed that. And that does stop the clock. 4:54 left to play, and IUP still with the ball. Now clock starting to run once again. 2nd down and 12 now for the Crimson Hawks.
IUP comes out, trips bunch on the near side, lone receiver on the far. Sexton rolls on the near side. He's going to fire it downfield into double coverage. Tipped in and no good. Good as Dominic Sullivan Jr. Gets his hand on the football.
Great coverage by the Vulcans. Dwayne Brown going on that sideline, so you know the Vulcans are going to send the double team his way. Dominic Solomon Jr. and Micah Tillman on the coverage. Great throw by Sexton, almost able to find him down the field, but an even better coverage by the Vulcans. And now still in 4-down territory is the Crimson Hawks.
So 3rd and 12 from the Vulcan in 40. Sexton drops back. Steps up, fires across the middle. He caught it, but it'll be enough for a 1st down on, that's Dwayne Brown on.
Taken down by Solomon. And that was a very key completion by Sexton in this offense. Able to thread the needle and find Dwayne Brown right there in the open field for the Crimson Hawk 1st down, and boy, they really needed that one right there.
And Cal just can't seem to get the stop when it matters. They get themselves in such good position, setting up 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs, but just can't seem to find the stop that they need right now.
1st and 10 now on the Vulcan 26. Hand off to Stewart once again, and he's met at the line in for a gain of about a yard.
And now, after that run clock ticking just under 4 minutes, I mean, we're in for a great end to this game.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you're IUP, you know you want to waste time, as much time off the clock, even though you're down in this game, because you do not want to give Cal and Noah Mitchell time to come back in this game, because it can and will happen.
3.5 minutes to go in regulation time. Sexton and drops back, fires once again, and finding his man, and as Carter brings that one in. Or excuse me, Ridley on that one.
And once again, just throwing it to Ridley, really so big and does a great job at the catch point, just making himself a huge frame for Sexton to hit. That time covered by Hamlin, and Sexton Ridley getting the better job of Hamlin that time.
3 minutes to go here in regulation. Sexton under center. Sends a man in motion. Hand off to Brown, and he's going to be stopped behind the line. Or excuse me, hand off to Carter on that one. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 11.
Gabe Miller wasn't getting fooled by the reverse that time. Was able to get himself into the backfield and bring Brown down.
Vulcans going to bring a bunch of guys up into the box here.
Time ticking away now at 2:20, and you can see everyone here is on the edge of their seats.
Sexton in the gun, drops back. Pressure coming, and fires into the end zone. And incomplete. They're going to say he did not get his foot down on inbounds. It's going to bring up 3rd and long. 2:05 to go in regulation.
Trying to find Carter in that back of the end zone, and I thought he had it, but as he was coming down, the ball popped out and went incomplete. The Vulcans now need to get this stop.
And now you can really hear it now.
Admonson Stadium coming alive on both sides. Players, fans, the band, cheerleaders, the student section, and
everyone on their feet.
3rd and 11. Sexton drops back, pop pass, and it's caught. But he's going to be shy of the sticks. It's going to be 4th down and 3. 2 minutes to go. Under 2 now as we continue to tick down. 1:50 to go Oh, the Hawks head up to the line. Edmondson Stadium's coming to their feet and getting loud for this one.
And it looks like Cal going to take a timeout. And I don't even mind that play by IUP. I mean, 3rd down and 11. You know you're in 4-down territory. Pick up good yardage to try and make the 4th down a little bit more manageable. But timeout called, 1:43 left to play. I mean, we're in for this is the wild end of the game.
This is a crucial. If there was any time to clutch up, if you're IUP, it is right now. Nothing else matters right here. You know, you've already converted 1 4th down before. This 4th down is huge right here. You definitely at least want to shoot for the sticks right there, but you would prefer to get into the end zone here and get out of bounds.
But if you do get it into the end zone right now, I mean, you're going to give the Vulcan offense the ball back with a minute and like 35, 30 seconds left to game, 90 seconds, plenty of time for No Mitchell. They do only have 1 timeout, but the Vulcan fans now all on their feet here in Edmondson Stadium.
And here we go. Oh, everybody up on their feet here. Sexton drops back, fires, gets the 1st down on and into the end zone. Touchdown, IUP.
It looks like they're going to mark him short.
I think he's going to be just a tad bit short of that touchdown, but they did get the 1st down. That is confirmed. And we see right here, Sexton calm in the pocket right there. He finds his man. I believe that was Ridley there on the side, and just stopped a little bit short of the goal line there. But that's exactly what you needed right there if you're IUP.
1st and goal from the 1. IUP hurries to the line. Handoff to Stewart, up the middle. In, touchdown on Hawks.
Dazier Stewart able to cross the plane, and now IUP taking the lead for the 1st time this contest right here. Coming back from 14-3, and here we go. Stewart, just simple run play, 1-yard gain right there for Dazier Stewart, and this is going to be big right here.
And referees were talking here. I'm not sure what's going on. I didn't see any flags thrown.
The IUP offense going back out there for the 2-point conversion, because if they do kick the extra point, California only needs a field goal to win. So now, if IUP able to get this, Cal will need a field goal to tie and a touchdown to win.
IUP 0 for 1 for the 2-point conversion already. We saw the defense really clamping up on Sexton there, able to force a sack on that last 2-point conversion. And Sexton now talking with former offensive coordinator for the California Vulcans, Larry Wilson, and Paul Tortorella. Wilson serving for the Vulcans for about 17 seasons.
So they're running even more time off the clock. I had the game clock operation on the scoreboard out there. It says 1:34, but now it's going to be brought down to 1:19.
I'm still waiting for that change.
And here we go again with the difficulties of the game clock.
Now it's saying 1 minute and 11 seconds. Pretty sure the official said 1:19.
There we
go. Good job.
22-21 the score.
Oh boy, everybody, I'm nervous. I think we all three, I could speak for all of us, we're extremely nervous, and anything can happen. I mean, we're going to keep alluding to last year. I mean, it literally went down to the last second, Johnny, and even then, we still didn't know.
And last year's game, an all-time great, and this one proving to be an instant classic as well. And still with a minute 19, I mean, that's too much time left in a game like this. There could be 5 seconds left on the clock, and I'd still say that there's a chance.
Exactly. Yep. No, you can't doubt Mitchell in the offense at all. Noah Mitchell definitely no stranger to heroics for this Cal U offense.
I think the referee is just trying to get the point across to Coach Dunn about the time. and it looks like they're going to add more time on the clock now. And instead of, it was originally 134, brought it back to 119. Now it's going to be 120. What was it? 127.
127. So they're talking this over with both coaching staffs, explaining what was going on here.
IUP have had plenty of time to come up with this play.
But at the same time, this kind of slows their momentum down. As we saw, they kept hurrying up to the line and hurrying up. And here's my thing: it's like golfing. The more you think about it, the more likely you're going to shank it.
Yeah, this is almost like it's almost like icing the kicker, but you're just icing the 2-point conversion here with this very long delay right here, and you got to wonder if that's going to affect the outcome of this right here.
I see Josh Miller on the last 2-point conversion got the sack, and I see him back out there on that right hand or the left hand side of that defensive line, and like we said, they're now explaining it to Coach Tortorelli on the far side. So now IUP have had an eon of time to come up with this play, and California need to be able to get this stop here, because if they able to get the stop, all they need is a field goal to win.
I think if you're IUP, you gotta think simple right here. You just gotta get into the end zone. I personally would probably run it, but I kind of see a pass is gonna happen here, because that's what Sexton and Tortorella really like to do here. But we're going to see here very shortly as they're now up to the line, and we can get going again.
All right, here we go. Spread formation for the Hawks. Sexton drops back, fires in the end zone, incomplete. He overshot both receivers. So your score for IUP 22, the Vulcans 21, with 1:27 left to go here in regulation. We'll be back here on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and 91.9 FM, the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's all good if you think you should check in. Yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
We're back.
Anderson to kick off for the Crimson Hawks.
So, welcome back here to the 13th annual Coal Bowl. 22-21. IUP has finally taken the lead. With 1:27 left to go here in regulation time, as the kick is off. Hamlin and takes it from his own 10-yard line, breaks the lane, and it's clothesline, and right there at the 21.
Great tackle by IUP, but I was kind of surprised. Maybe we didn't see a flag on it for a high hit.
I throw clotheslines like that all the time in wrestling. I'm pretty sure you can't get away with that in football.
Yeah, Hamlin just got brought down right around the head, but IUP catch a break. Vulcans offense, 1:21 left to play, one timeout, taken over from the 21.
And if there's any time for the defense to come up, it's right now. You know, they got the Vulcans starting around their own 20-ish yard line. Let's see what they can do here.
1st and 10 from the 21. Mitchell drops back, looking for a man, fires, and just behind, and the receiver looking for or number 80, Devon Greer.
And Mitchell just not able to connect right there. I don't think there was anything to do with the defense. It's just Mitchell just couldn't find his target right there.
And a little miscommunication on the play there. Mitchell, 2nd and 10 now with 1:18. Mitchell's going to step up, quick pass, finds McGriff across the field. McGriff hurdles a man and gets the Vulcan first down and out of bounds with 1:09. And 1st and 10. And John,
McGriff is just he's a freak. You send him into the hospital, he can't come back anymore. Just hurdles over the defender, gets out of bounds too, so it stops the clock. Great job by McGriff. 1:09 left to play here in the fourth quarter.
1st and 10 now from the Vulcan 35. Excuse me, 37. Spread formation. Mitchell takes the snap, drops back, fires. Haynes, excuse me. He finds Greer for another first down. Now stop the clock. Tick, 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 tick. That took 4 seconds off the clock. As soon as those sticks are set, we're going back underway. Less than a minute to play now in regulation. Mitchell takes the snap, drops back, fires again, and in and out the hands a Langley and out of the IUP defender with 55.6 seconds to go here.
Tried to find Willis on that one. Willis unable to pull it in, but the bounces, the small margins of this game, so close to being an interception for IUP. Does stop the clock with 55.6 seconds left, but California, all they need is a field goal. Anthony Bico, one of the better kickers in the PSAC. I missed a couple earlier on in the season, but need to get him in range.
2nd and 10 now. Mitchell stops, finds McGriff again. McGriff runs forward, gets another first down inside IUP territory with 49.9. Mitchell and company hurrying up to the line. Clock begins again. Mitchell in the guns and trips on the near side. Drops back, steps up, and he's going to be wrapped up. And I think Coach Dunn's going to burn that last time out as he has Fiesel, excuse me. He comes up with the sack. Peyton.
That was a huge defensive stop for IUP right there. They've been working this entire drive, pressuring Mitchell, and it's Maurice Fiesel from York, Pennsylvania that's able to wrap him up and set Cal back now to the IUP 46-yard line with only 38.8 seconds to play. IUP only up by 1, 22-21.
So both teams going to talk things over here.
I say this every time, but what a game this has been.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been one of the better games. I mean, this has arguably been the best game that the Vulcans have had all season. I mean, that game down in Shepherdsville, West Virginia against Shepherd was a great one that went to overtime, but against two rivals, the Vulcans and the Crimson Hawks. And I mean, what a game it has been. This 38 seconds left this has just been great.
And I blame you, Peyton, for these games. Last couple were not this close. Before you and I started doing football, they were not this close. You and I do 2 IUP games, and my heart's ready to come out of my chest.
Okay, same here, same here. Because now we're getting to the point any mistake can be crucial.
Here we go, 38.8 to go. Mitchell in the gun, drops back, fires downfield, in and out of the hands of Willis III.
Again, trying to find Willis on that far side, isn't able to pull it in. 35.1 seconds left, 3rd down now for the Vulcans. Need to get some yardage here.
The positive, however, for the Vulcans is the clock is stopped right now with that incompletion. It's 3rd and long right here. Anything can happen, but oh my.
I don't have my watch on, so I don't know what my heart rate is, but it's not. it's high, and it looks like IUP will take their 2nd timeout to talk things over.
Oh boy, gives us a little second to breathe here.
Well, we got a moment here. Don't forget, Oaks, the next telecast we'll have here for Vulcan football will be next Saturday when we travel to Seton Hill. Under the lights, that'll be a 6 o'clock kickoff for that one. And as the Vulcans look to try to keep this 2-game winning streak up here.
Oh boy, this timeout right here, IUP's trying to talk some strategies, making sure everyone's on the right man. Cal U in their huddle, trying to make sure the line is going to hold up here and give Mitchell enough time in the pocket, because you have to pass it here if you're Cal U.
And this is where teams find out what they truly are. I mean, IUP coming into this game ranked top 20 in the country, off to a great start. And if you want to be able to win a PSAC championship, you need to be able to win games like this. Either team right on the edge of winning this game.
After the timeout, 3rd and long here for the Vulcans. Mitchell in the gun, drops back, fires. There's in and out the hands, and there's a flag.
Looks like they're going to get IUP on that one. I'm not quite sure if that was the flag that needs to be thrown, but for the Vulcans, I think they're going to catch a break on this one.
We said that earlier, or on the pass play for IUP.
They're going to get number 25, Randy Washington, on the flag, so it'll give the Vulcans a new set of downs. They'll take over at their own 41-yard line, but they do have a fresh set of sticks, so 30.8 seconds left to play here in regulation.
So the Vulcans now with a new set of sticks.
And that flag we can possibly come back to if Cal U is able to kick this field goal.
First things first, got to get Beco into the range, as they're still a few yards out for that. Mitchell in the gun, spread formation, drops back, fires downfield, and he finds Langley down as he goes, steps out of bounds. Oh, it's at the 25-yard line. Excuse me, they're going to mark him at the 20. He's around the 27. 26 seconds left to go here in regulation.
Great throw by Mitchell. Throws that one before Langley even breaks out of his route. Langley turns. The ball's right there. Gets the first down, and now well within Beco's range, just trying to get as many yards as they can.
Mitchell in the gun, 1st and 10, and trying to get a couple yards before they have to send Beco out. Spread formation, and 26 to go. Mitchell fires, finds Langley again for another set of sticks. Runs 4 seconds off the clock, so 22 seconds exactly left to go here in regulation time.
I mean, pretty much the same play. Langley on that out route, gets enough for the first down. Ball's at the 18 or the 17-yard line now of the Crimson Hawks, and Anthony Beco, I'm looking at him down on the sideline. Looks like he's going to have the weight of the campus on his shoulders now.
1st and 10 now out from the IUP. He looks like to be the 17-yard line. Mitchell drops back, steps up, finds McGriff going across the field. McGriff going to get knocked out now on shy of the sideline, so the Vulcans are going to have to clock this one. And as we tick down to 8 seconds, and it's 5, and then they'll get it, and there's going to be a flag on the play.
A flag thrown. Looks like IUP pointing at Cal.
Oh boy! What? IUP celebrating?
And I think it's going to run out of time.
And what an ending! IUP
I cannot believe
wins
that.
This at Adamson, 22-21. What a way to end this game!
Wow, I thought Langley, everybody was set up. I thought everyone was set on that one, but the Vulcans lose a heartbreaker here. Your final score, or IUP 22, California 21. And we'll still keep it here for the presentation and of the winner of the MVP trophy.
I'm speechless. Like I truly am speechless. You know, out of every single way you could end this game, that has to be one of the wildest ways to end this game. A 10-second runoff because there was a player lined up in the neutral zone, and just wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen something like that. Well within the range of Beco. I mean, they were able to clock it with 5 seconds left, but that's heartbreaking for the Vulcans.
Yeah.
Now, whenever it comes to the Coal Bowl MVP, I think personally you got to give it to Ridley.
Yeah, Ridley's been phenomenal today. I think if any player on the IUP Crimson Hawks to deserve the MVP trophy, I think it has to be him.
Yeah, but remember, it can go to either side on this one. And so,
that is true. This is very true.
Just like the Super Bowl, the MVP can go to the player even the losing team of this one, and so it's going to be interesting to see here who gets it. But if I can make a case for on either side, yeah, I think it's unanimous from the three of us here with. For IUP, definitely goes to Ridley. If you're going for Cal, it has to go to QB1 and Noah Mitchell.
I mean, for Crimson Hawks, Ridley, 8 catches for 161 yards on the game. I mean, if it's anyone for the Crimson Hawks, it has to be him. But once again, just heartbreaking for the Vulcans to lose a game like this in the manner that they did. Had the lead for so long, wasn't able to get that first down. We can go back to that play by Noah Mitchell where he could have dove and tried to get that first down on the run, but slid and ended up losing a yard. Then they ended up not converting on that third down. And that flag, that pass interference flag that we could have talked about if California was going to move on and win this is going to come back and not even matter because of that neutral zone infraction on the spike by Langley.
Yeah, and so while we wait here for the presentation of the Coal Bowl trophy and the MVP, I want to say thank you to everyone that tuned in here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network. So as we await the winner, the announcing of the MVP, as we see former teammates shaking hands, Nazir Taylor and Matt Toby. But that has to be gut-wrenching over there in that California huddle.
Well, and you can almost make a case for last year too. This is exactly how IUP was feeling too. Cal came in, upset the Crimson Hawks at home with that last-second throw, and now here we are again.
Will now be given to the IUP Crimson Hawks by the Lippincott brothers. Congratulations to this year's 2022 Coal Bowl winners.
So there's the presentation of the Coal Pail Trophy to the Crimson Hawks. Now we're just awaiting to hear who the winner of the MVP is.
And going into this game and coming in after this result, this really hampers California's attempt to try to win this section.
MVP with 8 receptions and 161 yards, number 6, Hilton Ridley.
And Hilton Ridley, as predicted, gets the Coal Bowl MVP, and well deserved for him.
All right, and that's going to do it for this broadcast, folks. So we'll see you guys next Saturday as we go to Seton Hill. For John Peyton Trollinger, our producer Gary Smith, and the rest of our crew, I'm John Sakaguchi, and I'll see you guys next week for Vulcan football. Good night, California. Take care.